Welcome back to Film Flashback, where I take a look at movies and shows to see what makes them great or what could have made them better. I'm your host, MD, and this time I wanted to talk about the Secret Invasion finale and why the show ultimately failed. But before we begin, here's your warning that there are major spoilers ahead. First of all, it should have been Fury who faced off against Gravik in the end because, not a spoiler, Fury is the hero of the story, and Gravik is the main villain. This is a classic good versus evil show that felt like it was building up to their final battle where we expect the hero to win, or at least fight each other. So to see Giah be the one who takes him down was disappointing because we didn't get that payoff we were expecting. Imagine if in Star Wars Return of the Jedi, it was Han Solo who went up against Darth Vader instead of Luke Skywalker. That story needed Luke to face his demons, just like Secret Invasion needed Fury to beat Gravik. Especially since it was personal for Gravik because he blamed Fury for making him a killer and for breaking his promise. But more on that later. It is true that Giah would also want to fight him because we're told he killed her mother Soren, and we saw him kill her father Talos. It would also be personal for her, but this is Fury's story and we needed to see him ultimately defeat the villain and save the day. Another reason why Secret Invasion failed is because we never received an answer to the question of the show. Why are the Skrulls still on Earth? At the end of Captain Marvel, we saw Carol Danvers state that she would find a home for them as they went out into space. Then we see in a flashback in this show just 2 years later that the Skrulls are still on Earth and are now working for Fury. They had decades to find a planet in the entire solar system for the Skrulls, but for some reason didn't, and we never find out why. Fury delivers an incredible speech right here, essentially saying that he was not going to find them a new home, but it's undermined by the fact that it was Giah saying all of this. Maybe Fury told her. Maybe she's just guessing what happened. Sadly, we'll never know the real reason, and this is important because it was the main reason why Gravik was doing all of this. Skrulls were determined to be home in their own skin, and having to hide their true identity was a primary source of their frustration. The real Fury should have had an answer for this. Another big reason why Secret Invasion failed is because the CGI battle between Giah and Gravik. Even in a show with shape-shifting aliens trying to start a world war, this fight seemed out of place. I still believe Fury should have fought Gravik, but this battle would have been more impactful if they were fighting over just one superpower, like Captain Marvel's. And it seemed a little silly watching Giah show off Drax's arm and Gravik using Hulk's leg to kick her. This show was supposed to be more of a grounded story focused on espionage, where Fury can show off his superior intellect. But instead, we were treated with two overly powerful characters who should have never actually received the contents of the harvest. Giah is now too powerful and in fact stronger than most of the characters throughout the MCU. Having so many powers just made the others feel less special. And finally, this should have felt like a major global event. The idea that a shape-shifting species has infiltrated our planet and we cannot tell who they are should have felt much bigger than this. Most of the scenes have people just sitting and talking in small rooms. For example, Sonya Falsworth talks to Fury for a while. Then Talos and Fury, small room talking. Fury and Hill, sitting and talking. Talos and Fury again on the train, small room talking. And Fury and Rhodes again, sitting and talking. You get the idea. Also, the deaths of Maria Hill and Talos had no real impact on the story. They each were talked about maybe once after they were buried, but not much after. Talos sided with Fury and believed humans and Skrulls could coexist on Earth, so much so that he risked his life and ultimately died saving President Ritson, but nothing came out of that. Ritson still ordered all non-humans off the planet, even with Talos' sacrifice. And one more thing, I really believe Rhodes should not have been a Skrull, at least not at the beginning, and that's because it undermined my favorite scene in the entire show. Here, Fury and Rhodes talk about how hard it is for a black man to achieve the rank and power they have, and whether or not they should help each other. But the scene loses its meaning when you find out that Rhodes is just the Skrull Reva who was pretending. So here is how I would have liked Secret Invasion to go. Start with Fury. No, not the broken one we meet at the beginning of the show, but the one we've known all along. Have it where he, Talos, and Maria Hill receive intel about a possible attack on the President of the United States. Talos finds out. Giah is also involved and tries to get her out, but she declines because she believes America will never accept her as she is. Fury finds out it's Gravik behind it all, and it's a race to stop the attack. They arrive a bit too late and the president's car is bombed. Talos risks his life and gets the president to safety, but in his true Skrull form, as he takes several bullets. Then Gravik kills him, and the entire attack is caught on security camera, which goes viral. The image of Skrull Talos saving President Ritson becomes an international story, and Ritson declares Talos a hero. Then there should be images of people across the world in bars, schools, everywhere, looking at each other, wondering if they're sitting next to a Skrull. That is how the first episode should have gone, and to me would have set the tone of making this a global issue that only Fury can fix. Then watching how Talos was treated so positively by Ritson, and the fact that Gravik killed him, would have made Giah change her mind and want to take him down. Also, have Rhodes and Everett Ross be the two individuals who constantly tell the president what they think he should do. Have Ross be far more aggressive, while Rhodes more reluctant to strike. That is, until later in the show when they all of a sudden agree. Have the finale actually make Fury face off against Gravik, but instead of Gravik having powers already, just make it where he wants Captain Marvel's powers so he can go find a home for his people. Gravik asks why he never did what he promised, and Fury responds that he has kept his word and finally found a place for his people. He shows Gravik proof that the Kree have been hunting and killing them whenever they find a new place for the Skrulls. But this time, they found a place where they will never be found. Gravik doesn't believe him, and so they fight. Fury knows Gravik's every move because he watched him grow up and knows all of his tendencies and prepared for this very moment and sets a trap for him. An angry Gravik tries to break free, but Fury kills him because he always knew he was too unstable to truly be free. Then have Giah, with Sonya Falsworth's help, rescue President Ritson. Rhodes and Ross are trying to convince him to send the bomb that would start World War III, but Giah reveals her true self as a Skrull to convince the president to make a different decision. A furious Ross pulls a gun, but Giah shoots first, revealing that he was a Skrull all along. Then Rhodes pulls his gun to kill Giah, but the president shoots him first because he's been acting so strange lately, which shows that he has become a Skrull. Then we can see a flashback that Rhodes was taken recently by the Skrulls, maybe a few weeks ago, because he was in the way of the plan. Now that the Skrulls have been outed, have several militia groups around the world go around and shoot the people that they suspect are Skrulls, killing some, but also killing humans, leaving the world in utter chaos. I think that would have been an amazing ending to this show. And there you have it, why Secret Invasion failed and how I think it should have gone. Let me know in the comments section below what you thought about this video and this show. Also, please like and subscribe so you can enjoy future videos on my channel. As always, thanks for watching.